Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Please like, share and subscribe, and let's go to our weekly reading. This week I'm gonna stay away from astrology, thank God, because I've been talking about astrology a lot in the channel, especially in the last few weeks. Because this year has been a lot of very important astrological things happening atypically. We've been having a very dynamic year when it comes to astrology. Next year is going to be the same, but because I've been talking a lot about the astrological movements, and not a lot has changed from the previous week to this week. And I've been recording a lot of short videos on my Instagram and here regarding this Mars retrograde energy. Some of them have been in Portuguese, unfortunately, because it's hard for me to record both in Portuguese and English, especially when I'm channeling spontaneously, because I do a lot of things, guys. So I have a lack, it's due to a lack of time and actually a lack of remembering, really, because I don't remember to do the English version right afterwards. My cat wants to come in just a second. I apologize for the noise, because again, my neighbors are behaving like animals due to some football game or whatever. Oh my god, children screaming. If my cat is not gonna come in, yeah, I'm gonna have to close it, because it really bothers me, especially this week, because I'm gonna stay more focused on the downloads, and I didn't even open any astrological chart on the computer or the ephemeris right in front of me, because I try to connect more with the message that came to me when I was preparing to record the video. And it's been a very emotional message, so I apologize in advance if I start crying out of nowhere. When I was recording the video in Portuguese, I cried like a baby. If you guys want to prepare a box of tissues, because I hope it doesn't get that emotional, but anyway. The theme for this week is preparing for 2025. And what came to me is to talk about especially relationships. And 2024 was a very tough year. It wasn't an easy year for anyone, especially when it comes to relationships with other people, one-on-one relationships, but when it comes to other people, relationships regarding works, but mainly relationships with ourselves. And the most important lessons that you guys have to realize when it comes to 2024 is that you never gave up on yourself. That is what you have to take it as the main message from this year in your hearts. This year, you might have felt that you might have gotten disappointed by a lot of people, with a lot of people. Sorry. Mercury retrograde with English not being my first language makes things really hard for me, especially when I'm very emotional in my head. By the way, I've been having migraine crisis for the past see, for the past 36 hours. I'm fairly okay now, but that's why the videos are gonna be released a little later, because I had to wait for them to pass. Because I have migraines with aura, so I cannot even take in noise, light, scents, anything. So I had to lay down pretty much for the whole weekend and just stay dead, literally. And it was all energetic. Psychic type of migraine. It wasn't due to anything. I have that ever since I was born, pretty much. And sometimes I have these crises. So yeah. Anyway, that's why my mind isn't working very well. I apologize for that. Everything. This whole configuration not cooperating for me to record the video. But as I was saying, you might have felt that you were betrayed by a lot of people this year. Not even betrayed, but you've gotten very disappointed by many people, situations, results. But the main thing and the most important thing is that you've never disappointed yourself. You might have realized that many people left your life, but a lot of special people, but you encountered a lot of special people throughout the year as well, that are probably gonna be in your life for a very good time, because you resonate with these people in a more spiritual level, and they're probably part of your soul family. That's why you re-encountered these souls in this journey. And one thing that you have to realize as well is that maybe one of the people that left your life, like in my case, oh my god, I'm starting to get emotional, because I never mentioned this in the international channel, only in the Portuguese one, because it happened on January. I had a dog. She was like the angel of my life, and she died very abruptly on January 22nd, I think. No, January 26th. She had this very aggressive cancer out of nowhere, and she didn't resist the surgery. And she's been with me for 8 years. And not just that, when I got her, I was really bad. I was really depressed, and I was going through a lot in my life. And she literally rescued me. And I always tell people, the person that you see today exists because of her. All the light that I have inside of me was brought out because of her. Her purity and her innocence made me rediscover the real me. And she brought me to a safe space where I could be myself. And losing her in January out of nowhere, and it wasn't, now I know, like, because I'm very spiritually attuned and astrologically attuned, that are cycles in my life involving Pluto, of course, that have too many coincidences. So I realized karmically that these things happen for me for a reason, but they hurt nonetheless. But the reason why I'm bringing her up is this year you guys probably started realizing, because again it was a tough year, who is really with you guys and who isn't. Who do you want to bring with you for the rest of the journey, and who isn't worth bringing with you? Who was really there for you through thick and thin, and who wasn't? That's why I said it was a year of seeing a lot of disappointment. But maybe if you had, just like me, a situation that someone that was very special to you, that really helped you and was there for you in all of your situations, and they're not anymore. Maybe you're like, but they were there for me. Again, they rescued me. They were my rock. Then why aren't they here with me anymore? Why did they have to go? If they were supposed to be with me in this, like in this part of the journey from now on, if I am to be with people who support me from now on, if they were my main supporter, why aren't they here? You have to realize from the spiritual level a few things, and that will even help you mourn the passing of these people. First of all, maybe, well, they all have a mission, and part of their mission was to bring you to a point where you would be strong enough to get to where you are, to make this revolution, to be who you came to be. And that was enough for them. That was work enough for them. And not just that. Maybe, and that for me is the most heartwarming way of seeing things, maybe you are so in so much disbelief of spirituality due to everything that has happened. It's like, oh, will things really be okay? Is there really a higher force, a higher power looking out for me? Because things are so difficult, I just don't see a way out. That it's hard for me to believe in anything anymore. So if you see things through this perspective, it's gonna be easier for you. If you had them as a supporter, an incarnated supporter in this lifetime, and they got you to where you are, believe that they had to leave matter. They had to leave the physical plane to go to the other side to continue their work, to continue support you. So even if you don't believe there's anything supporting you, believe that they are on the other side. There's at least them on the other side, continuing supporting you from the other side. So yeah, that came really strong for me to tell you guys. That's why I brought her up, my dog. So if there's any situation like that any situation like that resembling your past with someone, just remember that. But most importantly, like I was saying, it is important for you guys this year that to remember that no matter what happened, you never gave up on yourself. And that this year was fundamental for you guys to integrate your light and your shadow. You're finally starting to accept that, to accept your flaws, to see you through a different lens, to accept you're not perfect and that you don't have to be perfect, and that is okay, and that you can be loved with your flaws. And not just that, that you deserve being loved not only by the universe but by people, and that there are people who will love you no matter how you present yourself. And not just that, some people that you actually sorry guys, it's really hard for me to think. Some people, because some things for me when it comes to feelings, it's very hard to translate into words, especially in English. And especially when I'm really tired, but I have to record this video. I was honestly not considering recording the English version because the Portuguese one was very overwhelming, but they were like, no, you have to record the international one. So here I am. That's why I look like trash already. But yeah, maybe you started to realize this integration of flaws, light and shadow aspects of yourself that also happened with other people, and you started accepting other people more. And not just that, you started having a more loving point of view towards people and embracing them in a more fraternal, universal way. And you started surprising yourself when it comes to the people around you. Again, there were disappointments, but there were also surprises. So maybe some people whom you actually judged and thought that were not with you because I don't know, maybe there were some characteristics you didn't like about them, and they were like, oh, they're always complaining about that and that and that about me, so they don't support me, they don't like me, and you shunned those people away from you. Maybe you went through something and everyone you thought supported you actually gave their backs towards you, and those people and that one person that you judged disliked you were the only one who stood there for you. And then you started realizing, damn, I was wrong about this person. Maybe they have this and this flaw that I wasn't tolerating because this is on me. I don't like it, so I have to work on it. But they have this one quality, this loyalty towards me that I have to recognize, and that is love. So I have to recognize that they are truly with me, and I have to accept that even though they have this and this that I don't like, there is some love there towards me that makes them loyal to me, and truly makes that shows me that they love me. That is real love. So I was wrong about them. So again, it's about relationship. You started seeing, started working on your relationships with people, and being more tolerant towards some, being less tolerant towards others, and again, embracing light and shadow not only on you but on others, and yeah, so it's like, oh, so what? So what? This person is very picky and perfectionist, but they're there for me when I need them. So what? They complain a lot and they don't like going out. dancing, but every time I'm very emotional and crying, and they're the only one who listens to me, and who are there for me, who are a shoulder for me to cry on. And my dance party friends, they're never there for me when I need them. So who are the true friends? Who are really the true friends here? So you started seeing those things. But again, most importantly, you made a promise never to give up on yourself. And that is the most important thing for me from 2024. And this has been a very, very difficult year. And that says a lot, guys. Because it was an year of karmic cleanse. And now I'm speaking as a psychic person. And I hope I don't get emotional again, because that destroys me. I do a lot of astral work. And energy work in the collective and all of these things. I've never lived such a heavy year energetically. And I've seen things and dealt with things, and that's why I have an easy, that's why I do shadow work, and I have an easy time getting into people's energies and visions. I'm very synesthetic, and again, I'm very psychic, but so I see and hear and sense and a lot of things. So not only in the astral, but in people as well. So this year I saw, like never before in my life, some very, very heavy, ugly things and bad energies, things that I'm not comfortable talking about, because again, it's not up to people to know, but yeah, they were not nice. They were very bad and very heavy, very hard to deal with. And again, not only in the collective, in the astral, but inside, in people as well, in their hearts. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional as well. It's been heavy, guys. It's been tough. And it's been a year. If you know what I mean, a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it. It was just too much pressure on them. I'm sorry. I'm getting really emotional. So yeah, bottom line, it's been really, really heavy. I'm sorry. So you guys have to really pack yourselves on back. And I don't even know if you understand anything that I'm speaking anymore. I'm sorry. Just give yourselves a really big hug and a round of applause if you made it through. No matter how you made it through. If you look like, I even joke saying, if you look like a headless chicken, or one of those, you know, when those birds are going through when they're changing their feathers, and they look like they look ugly. if you look like those birds anyway, if you look like those people who suffered an accident and are toothless and have like scratches all over their body, I don't care how you ended up 2024, just the fact that you made it through, and made it through in light. If you didn't, and when I say in light, is you didn't, what is the word? You didn't give in to the seductions of evil, of shadow. And when I say shadow, I'm using the wrong word. It's not shadow, it's evil. If you didn't give in to the seductions of evil work and darkness, you deserve a big round of applause, and you must congratulate yourself, because this was not for the faint of heart. And acknowledge that your commitment to yourself and to your own light and to your into self-love is gonna be rewarded, and it is what counts. So when I say prepare yourself to 2025, is have this retrospective about how your year went by and all the things that you went through, and how hard it was to get you to this place, so you may never have to go through this again. Never lose yourself again. So you have to go through all that work again. Never lose yourself again, guys. And make sure that from now on you're only connecting to your highest potential, to your inner light, and allowing it to shine to the world, and being your highest version every single day, because that is what will bring you joy and joy to the world, because that's what you came here to be. It's to be joy to yourself and to the world, and that is what is going to bring you the right connections, not just to people but to everything. This is what is going to attract the right things to your life, the right people, the abundance, the right people, the right jobs, the right the money, the house, everything. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this as short as I can, because I honestly I can't relive the emotions anymore. I'm not even speaking coherently anymore. I can barely breathe anymore because my nose is so stuffed because due to the amount of crying. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm trying to avoid crying, because when I cry too much I start having migraines as well, especially after the migraine crisis. So yeah, I just hope I made sense. Oh, and by the way, one thing that you guys don't know, because this channel is new, every 31st of December I disappear like a magician, because I go into this very introspective hermit energy, trying to sense the energies for the New Year's Eve, and I record a video about the energies for the new year. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to release it on the 1st of January. Sometimes I release it on the 1st or on the 2nd of January. I don't release it. Some people are like, oh, why don't you record it before the 31st, as predictions, I already told you guys, I don't work with predictions. I work with potential, and I work with energy, and you do whatever the hell you want with that. I don't believe in prediction. Prediction is a human way of trying to control things through fear. I work with potential. I don't work with prediction. These are two words starting with a P, but they're completely different. One is, again, rooted on fear. The other one is rooted on faith. So two words with P, rooted on two words with F. Completely different energies. But, gosh, I'm such a poet. But yeah, I have the soul of a poet. I start the day reading poetry, by the way, and drinking tea. I'm an old person. I always tell people I'm an old person trapped in a not so young body anymore. But as I was saying, the reason why I started a YouTube channel in Portuguese and now in English is because I always did this ritual for the new year, but then I started, I only talked to my family and then friends, and people started asking, and then I would have to tell one by one and repeat everything that I felt for the new year, and then people started calling my house, and I started losing my patience. I started recording audios and sending through WhatsApp, and then I started losing my patience again, and doing a video and sending through WhatsApp, and people were like, oh, can I share with friends? And I was like, yeah. So I decided to create a YouTube channel because of the New Year's Eve videos. So that's how it all started. So these New Year videos are very special to me. But again, I only release them after the New Year, or on the 31st. No, it's usually on the 1st of January or on the 2nd, because I do a lot of energy work, not just trying to get the energies, but also for the collective, for Earth, for humanity. So I have this whole ritual. I focus a lot on the world, so I go offline. So a lot of people send me messages and ask for, oh, what about the energy? Can I do a reading? Do you know when is the video gonna come up? Why don't you do predictions? I'm not like that. I'm very different. You guys already know that I'm different from most. Which is the energy we're going towards, guys. Everyone is different, and we're starting to respect that about people. But just so you guys know, prepare yourselves for the videos this year, okay? And yeah, one thing that came for me, I'm gonna go for the cards now, because again, I don't want to make this very long. But one thing that came to me on the Portuguese video that I want to repeat here for you guys is that this week, try to connect to, especially because of the deck that I'm gonna use, the Spirit Animals deck. I used the wrong plural. I love this deck. I always talk about this deck, but it really inspired me for the week. Try to connect with an animal power. See which animal you relate to deep in your soul. That, again, like I said, we are all very unique, See what animal speaks to your soul, and harness its power, to see what it's trying to tell you with this journey that it went through on 2024. And again, think about, go through all the animal kingdom, guys. Don't stay only on mammals and birds and like corals. Corals are animals. Did you know that? Corals are not vegetables. They are from the animal kingdom. Corals, insects, just all types of animals. Because we have to start seeing ourselves, and again, all about relationships. We have to start seeing the importance, light and shadow, of everything and everyone in all nature. So maybe you are going to discover an animal or be called to the energy of an animal that you don't know a lot about, and then you research about it and you're like, oh my god, this is totally me, totally what I went through, and the energy that I had to develop, and then you start respecting that animal more and more. And maybe that animal, it's, I don't know, a lamprey, and it's something that you thought it was disgusting, or I don't know, even a cockroach, and you're like, oh my god, I always had this disgust for cockroaches, and you're like, yeah, but now I revere them because there's some part roach in me, you know. So yeah, but we're gonna take an animal for the collective, okay? Oh, and one thing that I forgot to say as well, and I've been saying this in previous videos, because this is relevant for all the collective. Beware, 2025, especially the New Year's, the astrological New Year's happens on March 21st, 2025. But because the whole world gets into this New Year's vibe on the 1st of January, we have for 3 months until March, we have this energy, almost like overflowing, this overflow of energy from January to March, as if like a transitional period from one year to another, because things in life, they're never black and white. Things don't start and end, start, stop. There's always a transition between things. So I always consider January to March this transitional period, this bridge, New Year's bridge. But the fact that I said new world, it's because we're building a new world, guys. It's going to be a new world order, and it has a lot to do with what I was going to say. You guys are building a new world for yourselves and for Earth, for the collective, and they're actually telling me to get this card. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over after I talk about this. A lot of people haven't done the homework like you guys have, and these people are gonna try to surf on your wave. Let's put it this way. Remember that I always say Aquarius are two waves, one on top of each other, and it's about resonance, symphony, how you resonate with someone else. Are you in the same frequency? A lot of people are going to pretend they're in the same frequency as you are to to suck on your energy, to suck on your abundance energy, because they're going to feel the abundance coming towards you and the abundance being sucked away from them, because now they're going to have to live the karmic consequences that they didn't choose to live, and they're going to have to do it. It's coming to me twice as hard, and things are, and again, they're gonna keep resisting. It's the resistance. They're not gonna choose living it. So it's that tower thing. Life is gonna take away from them. It's gonna be the hard way. There's a song from a singer. I love the singer, called Katie Tunstall. I forgot the name of the song, but there's a part of the song. I only have this one line coming to my head that goes, should I choose the path of the least resistance? Should I? How does it go? Oh my god, I'm horrible with lyrics. That's the thing. Should I choose the path of the least resistance? Should I choose the path just to pass the gate? Something like that. And I think these people are gonna be in this energy, choosing the path of the least resistance, as they always have, just to pass the gate, just to gain short-term rewards, just as it's always been. And you guys chose the hard way, long-term rewards. Not even long-term, because you weren't choosing rewards, you were choosing you. The prize was your soul. You weren't being greedy, you were being truthful. Oh, this is so beautiful. You were being truthful. You weren't being greedy. These people were being greedy. Regardless. They have their eye on the prize. You had your eye. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I'm channeling so much. They have their eye on the prize, and you guys had your eyes on source. These are completely different things. You know what I mean when I say eye on source? God, the one, soul. You are trying to unify yourselves with the universe, with your true self, with your essence. And they have their eye on the prize, on matter, on material things, on short-term stuff, on gratification. And you, and they are gonna keep in this mode. Again, they don't want to do the work, but the energy for Earth is like, no, we're not about that anymore. So you're gonna be forced to, you're gonna have your vision forced towards the eye on soul, the eye on source. We don't care anymore. So it's gonna be really hard on them, and they're gonna be keeping resisting. But again, you don't resist evolution. There's no free will when it comes to that. You have free will when it comes to how you want to evolve, But when it comes to evolving, it's like you there's no option. Everyone is forced to evolve, whether you like it or not. And when we're having it on waves, on collective waves, you must be on the wave. You must be on the wave, or you're out. Either you're in or you're out. Oh my god, and the same song is coming, the same one that came on Portuguese. You're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. Katy Perry. Cause you're hot and you're cold, and yes, you're no, and you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. You change your mind like a girl changes clothes. Cause it's the same energy, the same people. These people are gonna be keeping an energy hot and cold towards you. They're gonna be pretending. Oh yes, I'm the great pretender. They're gonna be pretending that I'm doing well. Ooh, oh my god. They're gonna be pretending that they're doing well, that they are evolving, that they are doing the work, that they're putting the effort. So you don't cut them out of your life. So you don't forget them. So they can keep sucking on your energy, because their life is going to be going to shreds. They're gonna be miserable. Again, so you don't cut them out of your prosperity. And when you start realizing that they're just stalling you, and you decide to cut them because because it gets easy for them, so they start getting cold towards you. They don't put on the effort because they have zero commitment towards you. Their commitment is 100% towards them. When they start forgetting you because they already got the energy that they wanted, and you start realizing, wait a minute, they were tricking me, so they become cold, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna cut the cord. They become hot again, and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I believe in you again, because they're like, no, I'm nice, I'm actually evolving, I'm doing all of this work, I swear. And then you give them another chance. Hot, because you're hot, then you're cold, and you're no. And for me, it's not just about relationships. It's like work and friendships and all of that. Again, maybe it's a boss who's like, oh, I'm gonna give you that promotion, and you're like, okay, and you put on the work, and nothing happens, and nothing happens, and nothing happens, and you're like, okay, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. And when they sense that you're leaving, because they made you a promise, and they're not fulfilling, and they're just taking and taking and taking, because they know you're like this lottery ticket for the company, this gold mine for the company. They're like, oh, remember, let me present you to the main executive. Oh, this is Bob. You remember Bob, the hardest guy from design? I told you, the hardest worker from design, that I told you about. Yeah, he deserves a promotion, right? Yeah, I told you about the promotion we're gonna talk about it, right? I told you, Bob. I told you I talked to him, right? So just hanging there, Bob, and then you, Bob, just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing happens again. So it's like this breadcrumb thing. Don't, guys. Don't fall for the hot and cold. The moment you sense hot and cold, cut it out. Okay? Is these people trying to use you? Because you guys are the buffalo. You got the energy of the buffalo. The buffalo is abundant. The buffalo is a hell of a worker. It's fearless. It's very spiritual as well. And again, for me, buffalo is abundance. It's very sure of itself. It's asking me to read it. And it's number 9. 9 is the end of a cycle. It's like, yeah, I'm done with that. And not just the end of a cycle. 9 is when you just get to a point that you're so sure of yourself that you start working for the collective. It's a more spiritual number. It's like, yeah, I have so much that I'm actually gonna start giving. Buffalo, express gratitude for life's blessings. In the vast prairies, the buffalo represents abundance, protection, and gratitude. Its spiritual energy connects us deeply with the earth, reminding us of our place with the intricate web of life. The buffalo teaches us to understand the cycles of abundance and scarcity. Scarcity, yeah. It really depends on the accent anyway. Since my accent's a little more Californian, it's scarcity. Yeah. Fun fact, my English was very British. That's why I have a weird accent, because it was very British, because I learned British English until I moved to the United States, to California, to get my master's degree. And I lived with 6 months with this Californian girl, but not just that. I had a lot of international friends, especially from Asia. They didn't get a lot of, they had very bad English, and they didn't get my British accent and some expressions. So I started to Americanize my accent, and I started replicating the accent from the girl that I lived with. And she was very Californian, so my accent sometimes just gets very Californian. That's why sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I just sounded so much like that because of California. I adapted. But when it comes to reading, I have a hard time reading with American accent. I have to force myself. If you ask me to read long texts, out of nowhere it starts coming out British. It's weird. Anyway, gosh, I'm not kidding. This card came, it's the same card from the Brazilian video, the gorilla. So yeah, the same freaking energy. That's why they asked me to take out this card. Because the gorilla, again, it's about connection, taking care of yourself and of your soul family, making sure that you're taking care, because I always remember the movie Tarzan, taking care of the ones you love from now on. Again, the collective, the ones that are really with you. Make sure that you're protecting them as well, and taking care of them. And it's about inner strength as well. Who I want with me, the ones that I want with me, I'm gonna love them as well and take care of them as well. The gorilla, nurture relationships with love. In the heart of the dense jungles, the majestic gorilla embodies strength, family, and wisdom. The spiritual medicine of the gorilla encourages us to cultivate our inner strength, prioritize family connections, and seek inner wisdom. From now on, guys, from now on. And when it says prioritize family connections, soul family connections. Yeah. No more idolizing illusions. These other people are all doing that. So now for the cards. They're actually asking me to do just like the Portuguese video, so I'm gonna do that. 5 cards. Oh, by the way, this deck is in Portuguese, so I'm gonna have to keep translating because I got it as a gift from a friend. Is the Fairy Tale Tarot, because fairy tales are metaphors for our inner journey towards ascension. What did I say? Metaphor about our inner journey towards our ascension? Was it that? If it wasn't, that was that it was supposed to be that. Okay. Oh my god, my memory is so bad. Five of Swords. This is Captain Hook trying to trace a plan to catch Peter Pan. Oh my god, it already flipped. Nine of Wands. You know the name of this guy. The brave little soldier. Is it that in English? I think it is. Yeah. Queen of Wands, which is Cinderella's stepmother. You guys just... Oh my god, I love this card. It's one of my favorites in this deck. The Star, which is Pinocchio with a blue fairy. One more card. And Ten of Swords, which is I never remember if this is Maleficent as a dragon. I think it is. Why do I think it's Fafnir? The dragon from the Ring of the Nibelung. Let me see here. Why do I think it's Fafnir? It's not Fafnir. I'm pretty sure it's Maleficent. Yeah, but why do I think it's Fafnir? Okay, I'm gonna try to... Okay, back of the deck. The Hierophant, which is Merlin. So yeah, the back of the deck is you guys just becoming more and more and more and more aware of spirituality, getting more and more in touch with spirituality, becoming more a bridging more yourselves with spirit, period. Okay? Spirit talking to you more and more and more. And becoming stronger because they actually want to ask me to split the deck, and Strength came. Strength, which is Belle, Beauty and the Beast. Let's start from the beginning. Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, and Queen of Wands. You guys have been tired of this game with the Five of Wands, with Captain Hook, and the brave little soldier with the Five of Swords, sorry, and Nine of Wands. You are tired. You have been tired of having to play this game, this mind chess game of because for me Five of Swords is really this mind chess game of trying to and again, Nine of Wands is this going through a lot and being tired of having to deal with narcissistic people, the Queen of Wands, trying to please them and please their egos, and almost having to win at any cost. It's like, yeah, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that game. I don't want that anymore. But because you were strong enough and counted on spirituality, and behind it we had the Seven of Wands, which is Mulan. You knew how to defend yourself against these people. You knew how to put boundaries. You have the Star, which again is the blue fairy with Pinocchio. You evolved. You're not a wooden puppet anymore that can be easily manipulated. You became a real boy. And because you became a real boy, all your wishes are gonna come true from now on. Because Pinocchio's real wish was to become a real boy. And he became a real boy because he stopped lying to himself. You guys stopped lying to yourselves. And that ended up a cycle. 10 of Swords. You defeated your shadows, your biggest fears. You defeated the witch, the monster. And the witch, in every fairy tale, the witch is the shadow that guards the maiden, the princess that needs to be rescued by the prince. And metaphorically, the prince is the spiritual force, is the yang, the masculine energy. That's why it's the spiritual force that has to rescue the feminine yin energy that is related to the emotional, that has to awaken and rescue the emotional energy, the female one. But the emotions are guarded. They're a hostage of the shadow. That's why the witch. But the witch is not really a villain. The witch is almost like a guardian. That's why they're the shadow guardian. They seem a villain because they make the prince go through a lot of effort to get to the maiden, to get to the princess. It's like, no. This is too precious. They are a pure maiden. They're innocent. They're innocent emotions. They're innocent emotions. They are pure. You can only get here, spirit. You can only integrate with it, with your true emotional self, and ascend, because that's the end of the journey, if you show yourself worthy of me, of the shadows. The shadows are there to defend your purest emotions, your childhood emotions. That's why the Five of Swords is Captain Hook. Captain Hook is always trying to destroy Peter Pan. Peter Pan is the child. And it starts with him trying to argue. Where's Peter Pan? Where's Peter Pan? Where's Peter Pan? Because it's trying to attend to the demands of this narcissistic woman. And the brave little soldier is tired. It's like, yeah, you're not going to find Peter Pan. You're not. You have to go to Peter Pan, you have to show your value. To go to the child, you have to show your value. To become the real boy, you have to show your value. But you have to defend yourself. You defended yourselves against the ego of other people, the demands of other people. You showed your strength. You defended. That's why you were able to defeat the witch. The witch from other people, the shadows from other people that lived inside you with limiting beliefs and all of that. And it says, I'm trying to translate. In a lot of fairy tales, before the happily ever after, evil needs to be destroyed. That's exactly what this card speaks about. It involves treachery, pain, deception, or what was the word that I used in the beginning of the reading? Disappointment. It represents the ending of a cycle, suggesting even a loss. But in fact, its biggest message is when a door closes, another one opens. And you're beginning as a real boy, guys. And everyone that didn't kill their own witch are gonna try to, and are wooden boys, not even wooden boys, are wooden puppets that haven't gone. Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna try to remember that. It's necessary to close a cycle to begin another one. We have to go through tough moments, but all of them serve as a learning curve. We need to overcome our pains and resentments. Okay, as I was saying, a lot of people are gonna remain wooden puppets and are gonna pretend they're real boys because they don't have the strength to defeat the witch that live inside of them, ego. Okay? And it's funny because in the Portuguese video, it came to me to keep splitting the deck about the people that were gonna try to suck in your energy, and this card came, the brave little soldier. Because and when I was channeling, it was telling me that these people were gonna go through a lot because they were not willing to do the work. So life was gonna make them go through a lot. That's why I already told you guys before in the video. They're gonna go through tower moment after tower moment after tower moment, and they would be really, really tired. And it's funny because this card came out, and I was like, you guys know the story of the brave little soldier. It goes through a lot. That's why it's missing a leg, and it falls into the fire. It's eaten by a fish, and it goes to the market, and a cook just puts into the soup. A lot happens to the brave little soldier. And a lot is going to happen to these people. But the thing is, because you were willing to go through a lot, you defeated the ego, and you became a real boy, and you defeated the witch. But a lot of people, again, are not gonna be willing to go through a lot. They're gonna try to remain a wooden puppet. Oh my god, they asked me to split the deck. Stop asking me to split the deck. And I got the 8 of Cups. Cinderella with the shoe. They're gonna be asked to leave the shoe behind. It's time to leave the ball. You guys have to leave the ball. It's past midnight. A lot of people don't want to. They want to keep dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing. They want to keep... Why is this one turned around? Maybe there's a message here, because there's one that is turned around. Yeah, okay. There was one card that was flipped around. Okay, they want to keep dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing, and the card that was flipped, and it was wrong, was what? The card, which is also Cinderella's card. It's like, so really, really guys, it's time to leave the ball. This is going to turn into a pumpkin. It's double warning. And remember that I said people are going to suffer double, are going to suffer double. That's what I said. They're going to be put through double trouble. Oh my god, and behind the car, the Knight of Swords, which is the prince defeating Maleficent through the thorn labyrinth of thorns. But it was reversed, see? And I don't really read reverse, but they told me to. They don't want to leave the ball because they don't want to be the prince. They don't want to face the labyrinth of thorns. They don't want to face the shadows. You don't want to do that, guys, but you're gonna be put through the challenge, whether you like it or not. And the harder you resist, the harder the journey of brave little soldier you're gonna have. The harder your tower is gonna be. And the harder the tower of these people, guys, the more they're gonna try to suck on your energy. Yeah, oh my god, they asked me to split. The same cards coming from the Brazil. Seven of Swords, the card of Deceit, Rumpelstiltskin. They're gonna try to pull you in with lies, guys. Oh my god, they asked me to split again, and look what came. The Tower. Same freaking cards. I'm actually getting goosebumps. Be careful with these people, guys. A lot of lies trying to suck on you. A lot of lies. And the same image keeps coming to me. You know those flies that keep flying around, I don't know, something sweet, and they just keep sucking. These are the people after you, guys. They're gonna feel your abundance. They're gonna feel your real boy energy. But they are wooden puppets, not willing to go. Again, the brave little soldier is a wooden puppet. It's a toy. You're not a toy anymore. And they want to belong in the same world as you guys. The only card that didn't come out, that came into the Brazilian video, let me see if I find it, was the Little Mermaid one, because the song of the Little Mermaid keeps coming into my head, which is the Five of Cups, when she's in the cave, idolizing all those objects that are useless, singing part of your world. And the reason this song came to me was because it's these people trying to have something you have, but they don't belong to your world. Oh yeah, this one. They want to have what you have, but they don't belong there because they didn't do the work. So they're gonna be just like a siren singing and trying to elude you into believing them. And it's like, I want to be where the people are, but for me it's not people, it's where you, the real boy, is. I want to be where Pinocchio is, 'cause I'm just a little wooden soldier. I didn't do the work. I'm Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah. Be careful. Be careful, okay? A lot of... Oh, and one thing, an alert that I said in the Portuguese video. Remember that in the past, we kept posting stuff on social media and people were envious of us, and they were like, oh, why are they doing that? Again, they kept sending us negative energy because they were envious of us. But now, they're not going to be envious of us. they're gonna be trying to suck on our energy, pull on our energy. So be careful with what you post from now on. Try to be more silent, again, because you're gonna be on abundant mode, and if they see what you're up to, they're gonna go like, oh, just like flies, guys. Oh, I want that. I'm gonna go after them. And they know how to play the game, guys. They're Rumpelstiltskin. They know how to lie. They know how to deceive. Be careful. So they're not gonna go after you just because it's not about vanity anymore. It's again, it's not because they don't want you to fail anymore. It's quite the contrary. They want you to be abundant because they actually want to take from you. It's a leechy energy. Okay? So yeah. Hope that made sense to you guys. A lot of vampires. Be careful, guys, from now on. Okay? Yeah, that sucks. I know. Always trying to protect ourselves, right? Yeah. Especially with Pinocchio. He's so innocent. Real boy, guys. Yeah. Thank you for watching another video. See you in the next one. Lots of love and light, and bye.